Hi there, my name's Jim, this is my shed and you're welcome to it. And welcome back. So today we're getting on with the dash. I think I've sorted out my microphone woes, so halfway through the video you see my first attempt at using it. I was much too close to the microphone and the sound was distorting horribly, so I'll turn the level down in the edit, but it won't sound great. But hopefully going forward my variable sound level issues will now be sorted, so that should all be good. I discovered how difficult vinyl wrapping is, especially trying to wrap the end of a heavily curved dash panel. So despite all these YouTubers saying, wrap your dash, it's so easy, I didn't find it easy. You'll see towards the end, or at the end of the vid, didn't quite go to plan. No major disasters, just I was putting off getting this video out to get the dash completely finished, and that didn't happen. So, as I say, no major disasters, but just found out how difficult that was. I guess I should say at the start of this video, if you do like what I do, like and subscribe, and I believe commenting is the most important thing. So just, give me a thumbs up or comment on what I'm doing. I must say I actually quite enjoyed getting the dash done. It was certainly a challenge, not my usual kind of thing. And you'll see, the solvent welding I discovered. Although I remember from way back, a friend of mine who was into RC cars used to do a lot of solvent welding, and I'd sort of forgotten about it. And I just saw the pot of PVC glue from doing a bit of plumbing. I thought, well, I wonder if that'll work. And yeah, you'll see that it works surprisingly well. But anyway, I think I'm rambling on somewhat, so I'll just say, let's crack on. Okay, so now all the vinyl's off, I've actually changed my mind about how I'm going to tackle this. Basically, I'm going to try and keep this whole section, because if I cut this away, then trying to make it mate with this isn't going to go too well. But if I keep this in place, it means I'll be able to keep the standard heater control panel. Goes in there. Here, I could possibly, where these vents went, there are a couple of face level, that one, no, whichever way that went, a couple of vents that went in there, and I think I'll dispense with those. I could either put the stereo in there, if I'm going to have a stereo, or I might just go with a little Bluetooth receiver and a small amplifier. I don't know exactly, but anyway, so it means I can cut this whole section, cut this whole piece out the dash, and then cut this out, and then move it along, make it fit, and then fill in the gap that's left here, and then it'll mean I won't have to make any new mounts or anything for this. It'll all just clip in as standard, and as I say, it'll give me the place to keep the standard heater control panel and maybe stereo. Unfortunately, I found a couple of cracks here and here, so I've bolted in a piece across here to reinforce it. So when I cut this out, hopefully this will keep it more or less the right shape, more or less, fingers crossed. And I think that's it. So now I'm just going to get on very delicately cutting out this section, and then trying to figure out what of this bit needs to be cut to get it all, and then just look at mating it up afterwards. But got to start somewhere, so I'm starting cutting this off. Wish me luck. Just had a thought. I wondered how about plastic welding it with the PVC cement. I just thought I'll try a little section, just an offcut glued on here, and that is not going anywhere. That is well and truly on there. So I'm going to use that to repair the little cracks I've got. What I think there's a couple of cracks here and here, and there's some cracks in there as well. So what I think I'll do, with the fact I've got the little cracks in here, I think I'll super glue the cracks together so they're dimensionally stable, and then I'll put just a bit on the back here and here, and then use that plastic weld to put a patch and stabilise and reinforce the back. So I can do that, and I'll also, while I'm at it, I think I'll glue this in place. Oh, must be that. Oh, there we go. I'll glue that in place, and then I can glue that in, and then when that goes in, that'll reinforce all these cracks as well. So for now, I think I will just, as I say, glue that bit on there and repair those cracks. So I'll just get on with that. So, largely done. It's all a bit patchwork at the moment, as you can see, all the gaps around, but that's all the pieces on top, solvent welded in place. A little bit of finishing to do here, but I've got to heat this up and bend that into the right place, but that'll be fine. I'm going to fill all the gaps and strengthen up, because at the moment it's just solvent welded together, which I'm actually really pleased with how well it came out. It's the first plastic work I've done, I think I've said a few times now. And just slap on the solvent weld, put them together, and they stick. It's amazing. So anyway, I'm going to use this JB Weld, says it's plastic bonder and gap filler. So I'm going to mix up some of that and just use it on the bigger gaps and all the joints, just to strengthen it up. And then flip it over, do the same on the back, because some of these joints are just butt welded. So I'm going to flip it over, strengthen the joint on the back with some of that JB weld, and then when that's done, I'll be able to finish this corner off
and then do some work on the back. So I've got to, I'll show you later on, but basically seal up the ducting and put the stubs on to take the pipes for my new heater. So JB World it is. Okay, so we're just sorting out the ventilation side of things. The original inlets for the demist were here and here, so I've had to blank those off because they were actually going to hit the structure for the steering wheel, so they're going to have to sit more or less here and here. Sort that out. The feeds for the vents I'm keeping, I've made these pieces. Obviously, no holes in them yet, so that will glue on like that. Glue on like that, and then it'll take a piece of hose that'll go to the heater, and the same this side. I'll go in there, and that'll take the hose to this. So I glue those in place. Obviously, drilling the hole out here, gluing them in place, and then I can flip it over and do all the finishing on the top of the dash. I've moved out to the kitchen table because it's a lot cleaner than my workbench in the shed. And while the ladies of the house, let's say, are at rehearsal, I thought I'd take my chance. So I've got heat gun, sharp blade and Stanley knife, squeegee, scissors. Obviously got my vinyl as well, and uh, yeah, I'm going to give it a go. Start wrapping it. I've just wiped it all down a couple of times with a wet cloth to get all the dust down and degreased it, so I think it's ready to go. So wish me luck, eh? And there you go. I suppose you can guess from here that I didn't manage to get it on. I made a complete hash trying to stretch it around this end. So anyone who tells you that wrapping dashes is easy is a lying SOB. That was a complete nightmare. Anyway, made a pig's ear of it. Never mind. So that means back to plan B. I'll flock it,
but unfortunately that means that for today's video that's it. So I haven't managed to get it finished, but structure's all done, basic shape's all done, and it's ready for finishing. And oh, by the way, I did weld in the those two ducts for the. So I've got the two ducts for the demists, and then obviously the ducts in for the vents at the end. So that's that all done. Apart, as I say, apart from finishing. So that'll have to wait till next time. Sorry about that. So there you go. I think the dash itself looks quite good. It's come out very nicely. Everything sits in the right place. It certainly seems strong enough, and I've got the ducts on for the demisting and all that. But the wrapping definitely didn't go as planned. I must admit, when I was watching, trying to just get an idea of how to do it, watching videos of people doing it, saying how easy it was, and making it look very easy, I did have a nagging doubt in the back of my mind, thinking, this is going to be something that, if you're good at it, it looks very easy, but it takes a while to get good at it, and I very much think that's the case. Although I just said in the end of the vid there that it's like, oh, just threw my toys out the pram, sod it, I'm just going to flop the thing, I'm not going to get it wrapped or anything. I think I was being a bit premature. I'm actually thinking I might, break the habit of a lifetime and pay someone to do it, get a professional to do it. Give them a sample of the original dash vinyl and the dash panel and just say, get on with it. Maybe I'll get a few quotes, see how much it's going to be. So that's a possibility. But if all else fails, I can just flock it and that'll look fine. We'll see when we get there. With the dash being mostly done, I'm actually looking at the interior thinking I can start putting things back together. So I think the next video will be finishing off all the work on the bulkhead. So a bit of welding, a few bits need filling in, and figure out some sort of grommet for the gear change where that rod goes through the bulkhead. I'm thinking maybe a CV joint boot would do a good job of that. Be about the right sort of size where the rod goes through, and it'll give it the movement it needs. So I'll have a look at what's available online in terms of sort of bulkhead grommets. But I think a CV joint, and it'd be quite easy just to put a ring, tack a ring onto the. It'd be quite. I think that would be quite easy to sort out. But next video. So sort the bulkhead out. I have got in this box. Anyone prizes for guessing what that is? So I've got my new heater. A very nice little unit. I'm a bit looking at it though. I'm a bit intrigued as to the air in that side. So I've got sort of a hose fitting here that could go onto where it sucks air from outside. But then it's also sucks in from this side. So whether I just attach that, connect that to the hole in the bodywork where the standard air filter drew from, and then it'll just draw a bit from outside and a bit of recirculation from inside, because I'm not having too many controls. I'm not going to try and switch between them or anything like that. It's just going to be it's just going to be connected. So I think I will. I'll connect that to the existing inlet, so I'll get a bit of fresh air coming in and a bit of recirc. So it'll suck in from that side, it'll recirculate, and then it'll just blow out into the car. And I'll have two of these vents going, two of these exits. One will go to the side vents, which I can shut off. So basically, it'll be feeding the demist all the time, and then just when I want heating for the rest of the car, just open those and it'll blow through here. So it might not be the most efficient heating for the car, but there will be some heat going in, and I think the demist should work quite well. So I'm quite pleased with that. Nice little unit, very simple to fit. Just two pipes for the heat. I've bought a diverter valve, which I can hopefully tap into the existing heater panel with a cable. So I'll mount that anyway. So get the bulkhead done, get that mounted, and then that basically means the fabrication for the interior is done. So I'll then be able to weld in the other tube for the roll cage, that last big tube, get that welded in, get it all painted, and the interior in terms of fabrication will be done. So I'll be able to get the back seats all bolted in, and then I can put the sound deadening on the front bulkhead, and then it all starts coming together, certainly on the inside. And then it will just be engine side stuff to get on with. So fun stuff. Anyway, I definitely am rambling on 10 to the dozen.
Not quite sure what that's all about. I was feeling quite tired earlier, and all of a sudden now I'm like, oh, I've got loads of energy. So, yeah, pretty I'm done really. I guess I'll just say cheers, good health, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks.